So the P1P only really has one major drawback, which is that it's quite hard to print ABS or ASA on there. So I'm gonna fix that and build a custom enclosure for it. One enclosure I found pretty cool is the Vision Enclosure by Beam, so I decided to build that. This custom enclosure will allow you to look inside of the printer from pretty much every angle without the need to remove any panels. That is probably why Beam called it Vision. The first step, however, was to print and install a cable chain and PTFE tube guide so that the PTFE tube and the cable do not rub against the top panel later on. I decided to print and use the Bambu Lab P1P cable chain remix by MediaMan 3D for that. The idea here is pretty easy. You just print these three parts. One is a PTFE tube guide that you can install pretty easily directly on the print head of the P1P, and the other is a cable chain adapter that you place on the print head as well, and then you can simply install a commercial cable chain to that. For now, I will leave the other side of the PTFE tube hanging because I will install a guide for that once I install the back plate of the Vision Enclosure. So this gets actually printing the parts of the Vision Enclosure. All of the parts were very easy to print. You don't need any supports for any of them, and you can simply print them in PLA on your P1P. I printed all of the parts in PLA matte black, and I used Gyrate infill with 15%. That's pretty much all I changed. The rest of the settings were the standard settings for Bambu Lab PLA. After all of the parts were printed, all that was left to do is install the heated inserts. There are instructions on the official printable page of the Vision Enclosure that show you exactly where you have to install the heated inserts. It only took me around 10 minutes and all of the heated inserts were installed, so we are ready to install the first parts of the Vision Enclosure. But first I had to remove the custom shell of the P1P, which turned out to be pretty challenging because I completely forgot where all the screws that hold it in place were. Well, eventually I was able to remove all of the custom shell and I was ready to assemble the Vision Enclosure. The Vision Enclosure is heavily based on the custom shell of the P1P, which makes sense, so it was very easy to install. The Vision Enclosure has very few parts. There are 4 parts that go on each of the 4 corners of the printer that are held in place by some screws from the inside, and then there is one cover plate on the back side that basically closes the hole on the back side, and some small pieces on the side of the printer that will later on hold the acrylic panels in place. Speaking of the acrylic panels, you can either laser cut them yourself or you can order them online. The creator of the Vision Enclosure, so Beam, actually collaborates with a German company where you can order the pre-cut acrylic panels directly. But you can also download the DXF files from printables and order from a local shop if you prefer that. Or the third option, which is the option that I opted for, is you can download the DXF files and then order some 3mm acrylic sheets and then laser cut those panels yourself. But if you want to laser cut clear acrylic, then you need a CO2 laser. So luckily I have access to one, so it wasn't a big problem for me, but you have to consider that you can't use a hobby laser to cut clear acrylic. They only cut dark acrylic, wood or other stuff. They will not cut clear acrylic. So here I am back home with the cut sheets. All I have to do now is install the magnets. Unfortunately, the laser cutter that I used didn't seem to be as accurate as it should have been, because some of the magnets I had to hammer in with a rubber hammer and others just fell through the holes. So I ended up using a black fabric tape that would hold the magnets in place, and it ended up looking pretty good. After I put all the magnets in place, all that was left to do was install the little handle, and then I could put the first panel on the P1P. The panels are held in place by the magnets and you need quite a bit of force to get them off again, which is good because you don't want them falling off during printing. The front panel has 2 hinges that are directly screwed to the acrylic, and then you can install them on the left side of the Vision Enclosure. The 2 parts of the hinges are held together by a screw that is going through the center of them, which isn't the best solution, but it works here because the acrylic sheet is pretty light. There are 2 printed parts that go on the top of the P1P. They simply snap in place and they slightly lift up the top panel. The top panel is not held in place by anything here, but surprisingly it doesn't shake or it doesn't remove itself during printing, so I guess this works. And with that, the Vision Enclosure is basically done. But that being said, I still ran into some issues during my first few test prints which I will show you right here. I will also show you how I fixed these issues, but first let's look at the first ABS print that I was able to do in the Vision Enclosure on my Bambu Lab P1P. This test piece is a part of a Voron printhead and it turned out great. There is very little stringing and the quality is just amazing. So basically the P1P prints ABS just like it prints PLA if it has an enclosure. But as you can see, the PTFE tube is hitting against the top panel, the top acrylic panel, and it's actually scratching it, even though I installed the PTFE tube guide. Unfortunately, I only realized that after I printed a couple of more Voron parts, so my top panel is pretty scratched now. I didn't realize this earlier because, as it turns out, the PTFE tube only hits the top panel when the printhead is at a certain location. So as long as it prints in another location, it will not hit the top, but as soon as it goes more to the right of the printer, then it will hit the top. I ended up fixing this by printing a riser for the Vision Enclosure. There are some risers for the Vision Enclosure on printables. I decided to print the P1P Vision LED top riser by Sleepy in the end, and it turned out to be a pretty easy solution to this issue. I printed the riser in ABS just to make sure that when I print with higher temperatures later on, the riser will not be affected by those. The riser was pretty easily installed. All I had to do was fit all of the 4 parts together. They fit together like puzzle pieces, and then I simply sit them on top of the P1P. They are not held in place, pretty much like the top panel of the Vision Enclosure, but surprisingly, again, they stay where they should stay. So they don't move at all, and that's fine by me. I did some tests after I installed the riser, and as it turns out, it's more than enough space so that the PTFE tube is no longer hitting the top panel. But as I solved one issue, another arose. The cable chain adapter broke. Again, this already happened 2 times and I simply printed it in ABS again, every time in another orientation, every time the part broke in another spot. I finally decided to use one of my resin printers to print the part in resin. I used a very tough resin and I use 100% infill to make the part as rigid as possible. And that turned out to be enough. I printed about 10 hours on this machine now with the new part, with the new resin part, and it did not break yet. I hope it stays that way. In the end, the whole upgrade cost me around $50, but that's because I cut my own acrylic sheets. If you have to order your acrylic sheets online, either through an independent company or through the official store, then it will be quite a lot more expensive. For example, the official store sells the pre-cut acrylic sheets for the Vision Enclosure for, I think it's $60 right now. But in the end, I think it's well worth it to do this upgrade because that will enable you to print ABS, ASA, and maybe even nylon on your P1P. While I was making this video, I also saw that Bambu Lab is now selling a cable chain and a PTFE tube guide for the P1P. So if you want to make this Vision Enclosure, I highly recommend buying the official PTFE tube guide and the official cable chain from Bambu Lab, as those are way more reliable than anything you print. But you still have to DIY your Vision Enclosure because they don't sell a custom enclosure yet, and I don't think they will ever sell one. So what do you think? Is it worth building your own Vision Enclosure for $60, or do you rather use PLA and PETG for all of your projects? I personally use PLA for 90% of my projects, but whenever you needed to print ABS, it was always a hassle, and the Vision Enclosure will pretty much make this very easy for me in the future. So I think this upgrade will be well worth it for me in the end.